How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of Treehouse Bottle Stout time in the form of their Impermanence. This be an Imperial Milk Stout brewed with coffee, chocolate, and maple syrup. Yeah. That's pretty much it. This comes courtesy of Steven. Thank you very much, brother. He sent off a big box of Connecticut and Vermont and all kinds of bits and pieces. So, yeah, doesn't suck for me. There's masking tape, or not masking tape, what do they call it? Scotch tape? Floating on the bottom here. I wonder if this is a mystery beer that he sent me. And he just kind of made it an unmystery beer. I don't know. It's kind of weird for that to be on there, but we're going to dive into it. Classic Treehouse labeling. I need a bottle opener. Yeah, it's 85 and like a crazy amount of humidity. So, Imperial Milk Stout, maple syrup. That's kind of sounds like a treat right about now. This is probably perfect temperature, probably about mid to high 50s. So we'll see what's what. Yeah, look at that. Quintessential pinky finger, what I like my coffee to look like color, infinitely tight compact bubbles, and chibi motor oil. So she's looking all the part of the heavy duty milk stout. What's the ABV? Did I say it? 9%? No. Yes. I am right. Let's get a nose. Oh man, coffee and maple syrup. Coffee's number one, which is really cool. You get that maple syrup following that, which adds this nice sweeter kind of vibe to it, and then you get that milk stout portion of the show. It ends up coming off very much like the way kind of like milk and sugar kind of dark roast coffee kind of comes off. Big vanilla notes. It almost has like a nuttiness to it. They talk about coffee, chocolate, and maple syrup. I'm getting like a big like hazelnut vibe off of it, and I'm getting like a soft spiciness to it. Like there's a rye malt or even like my cinnamon nose, my cinnamon palate, my cinnamon senses weren't so fucked up. I said there's a touch of cinnamon here, but I'm not really getting that. So it's all the parts of coffee followed by maple syrup, then followed by that nice rich kind of milk stoutiness and big kind of creamy kind of vanilla notes from the milk stout. So yeah, kind of like exactly like the way I like my coffee to come off. So let's dive in. Cheers. Okay. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, this is like super drinkable. And it comes off, there's that metallic astringency thing is totally there. If that wasn't there, if I wasn't super hypersensitive to that, this probably would be like a world beater as far as like coffee and maple syrup based stout. Beautiful mouthfeel to it. Beautiful mouthfeel. Zero burn, zero heft to it. So that 9% doesn't drink like that at all. You know it's 9%, for how impactful of a beer it is, I guess. But there's no like hotness to it. I'm still getting that soft kind of nutty malt thing. I'm just getting soft vanilla vibes like I was talking about. That's your milk stout at play there. Maple syrup is nice. It's not overly sweet. It almost feels like it adds a little bit of kind of texture and heft to the beer. Coffee leads the way, but it's totally like a cold press kind of coffee. It doesn't come off as like a full-on dark roast with all the bittering and all that. There's a lot of bitterness dropped out of this. There's a soft bitterness to the roasted malt. There's a soft bitterness to the coffee. But combine that with the milk stout and the maple syrup, it just pushes it down and beats it down and gets it to a point where it's not even present, really. So it ends up coming a soft, creamy, drinkable, really nice. Like I said, for me personally, if I didn't get that metallic astringency thing, which some brewers just have it, and I don't get it a ton on Treehouse beers, but this one I do, it would be like an all-timer for me, but that keeps it from being like king shit of fuck mountain status. But yeah, really tasty. Well done. 9%'s well hidden. Mouthfeel is fucking awesome. Super delectable, super creamy, super delicious. I dig it. Is it like double shot level coffee? Now, I would say no, but I just had a double shot and I didn't get a ton of coffee out of that one. I probably get a little bit as much, if not more, coffee from this than I did the one double shot I just had. Oh, I did a live review, so I'm allowed to say it was a mystery beer, the double shot I did. Didn't really get much, if any, coffee off of that. I probably get the equal amount off of this. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I would say OG double shot does it for me, but I just had kind of one. It didn't really do it for me, but it's probably one of the better stouts I've had from Treehouse. It's just that soft little metallic astringency thing, which I don't remember ever getting from one of their beers, but it's on in this one. I kind of just, how do I put it? It's like, who's gonna get this? Well, let's try to. I was gonna say I have a home theater, and if I'm watching a movie, sometimes if you watch a 4K movie, and if you don't have your shit set up right, you'll get like a flicker in the movie. It'll like cut out for like a half second, and you probably had it at home. You're watching a movie, and something happens, and it disconnects you from the movie. Like you're just like watching, and all of a sudden, like the video feed drops out for a quarter of a second, or buffering if you have Netflix or something like that. And you're in a really great part of the movie, or song, or any kind of entertainment. It kind of disconnects you from the moment. And you're like, you're in there. Your brain was in that moment, living that world, whether it be music or movies or whatever. That's kind of how that metallic astringent thing works for me. It's still good, and I can still really enjoy it, but when I drink it, it just ticks and lets you kind of slightly disconnect you from the awesomeness of what you're having. And that's kind of way that kind of works for me. And it's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, tasty nonetheless. So yeah. What do you think of this? I have my wife take a sip of it and see what she says. What do you think? I'm not going to tell you what it is. Try it. It looks delicious, she says. She's lying, by the way. She likes the dark beers, so. What else? What else you got?
Smells like a
Little alcoholic? There's alcohol in it. Mm-hmm. It's beer. Mm-hmm. Let's see what she says.
It's syrupy.
Very syrupy. That's maple syrup in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
It's a thick.
Thick. She said it with 3 C's. That's how you know it's good. So yeah, it's your breakfast stout. It's a quintessential breakfast stout. But like I said, each sip I take, I get less and less of that metallic thing, so it works more for me. But that big first sip, I definitely did get it in there. So that's that disconnect I was talking about. But all in all, it's a tasty beer. And like I said, one of the better Treehouse stouts I've had. Even though it sounds like I'm kind of talking about it in a kind of poopy sense or negative or whatever, I think it's tasty and delicious. So, yeah, good stuff. Just not world beater status because of that little bit of metallic thing. Let's talk about it. One of the better stouts, breakfast stouts. Let's put it in that realm. Sure. And stouts in general, adjunct stouts, non-barrel aged adjunct stouts. Yes, it's not towards the top, but it's definitely worthy of the conversation. Value and availability, it's Treehouse, so I have no idea what these bottles go for. I don't think I've ever bought, they're not that expensive though, are they? I don't remember. Steve, let me know. And I'll leave you with, it's brewery only, and leave you with if you like what we like this. If you like breakfast stouts, you like maple syrup, you like coffee, you like all those bits and pieces in a beer, you'll definitely dig this one. If you're super sensitive to that metallic thing, it might be, like I said, that tick of disconnect for you. But in the grand scheme of things, I think it's overlookable. Those are words. So there you go. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed our review down there. If you want to talk about it, thanks again, Steve, for sending this off. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive, if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully, you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully, you're enjoying a nice stout right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.